guys, welcome to the Trading Empire Sierra 7. Hope everyone is doing good, and welcome to the market review from on Tuesday. Guys, remember yesterday we closed our video taking a sell from around these areas, and also in the morning during Asian session we woke up and then we were in the profit. We hit the target. Then in the morning also again, remember we did take a sell from around these areas, anticipating the market to continue moving downside. Also we go to the target. So now what are we expecting? I'm gonna go back and talk about how did we take those trades and what are we expecting from now as the market is still moving. Remember, we have ADP from tomorrow, that's Wednesday, and also we have NFP on Friday. That's why the market now can get some kind of challenging. Everyone, we can get into consolidation. Even if we are moving well, let's see what is going to happen tomorrow, and let's see how the market is going to be closing from the New York session today. So let me just go back and talk about those trades that we did take today. Okay, this is a 30-minute time frame. Okay, let me go back a little bit. Remember guys, we talked about this side from yesterday from the pre-market analysis from during the weekend, when we were expecting the market to move to the downside. As long as we stay below this area, we opened with the gap downside until we started creating lower low to the lower highs from around these areas. That's why we start taking sell from those areas, anticipating the market to go back to the downside. Why did we target this area, which I'm going to talk about from the higher time frame? Okay, so checking from the daily time frame, this previous low was a strong area to be taking a buy from. If we can check well from the 4-hour time frame, we can expect to be reacting from that area, moving back to the upside, and that's why we moved up from that area. So you can see that we have an indecision candlestick from this area, if you can see this well, and this one is a demand area. That's why the market now rejected from this low and moving to the upside, even if we are still expecting a downtrend continuation from the higher time frame. But we still have the previous highs which are imbalanced, where we can move and make a retracement from, and then we move back to the downside, which we're gonna talk about on that in the few minutes when we are analyzing the next move of the market. So now checking from the lower time frame, this is 1-hour time frame, 30-minute time frame. Okay, what do we have? So what happened? The market moved down and we made, okay, this is, let me just remove this one so that we can make it clear. So this was the first entry from this area, and also we did take another entry from around this area. Okay, this one, this was the second entry. The stop loss still above this area. This was an entry to take because we made a retracement from this area, from around this area. This was from supply area. So the market moved downside. As we are moving downside, we got some kind of indecision candlestick, which was a supply area. This one, this candlestick, if you can see it well, this is a bullish candlestick, which is an indecision candlestick. And from this area, that's why we did take another sell, as long as we rejected from this area, anticipating the market also still moving to the downside. So from this scenario, that's why we closed from yesterday, expecting the market to continue moving downside. So during Asian session, the market was from around this area, trying to move back to a little bit to the upside, but also we are looking for covering the previous low from this area, where we rejected from the New York session yesterday. Then the market started consolidating from this area, tried to move back downside, and then from the high here, you can see that we started creating lower lows. And from this area, this was a supply area. So as long as we got this candlestick, these bearish candlesticks, this is a shooting star, and even this one, that's why we did take a sell from, anticipating the market to move until we get to the previous target from around this area. Okay, this was our last sell that we did take from this area. I didn't take any buy from around this area. I was waiting from around 90.40, around this area, so we didn't get from that area. So the market moved up. I didn't take any buy today. It just stayed away. I did take a sell from this area, but I did take a loss from around this area because the market was expecting to be reacting from the high from around this area. So then what happened? The market made a lower low. We made an equal high from this area, okay, from these two highs, this one and this one. So I was expecting maybe we can continue moving upside, but as long as we made a lower low by breaking the previous low from this area, I was expecting now the market can also create a lower high from this area. So that's why I did take a sell from. If we can see a confirmation was from the bearish candlestick from the 15 minutes from this area. Okay, so as long as we closed with this indecision candlestick from this one, that's why I did take a sell from. So the stop loss was from around this area, so I did take a loss from the high from this area. So from there I stayed away and wait for the next opportunity. So what are we expecting now? Let's clean everything so that we can look on what are we gonna be looking at for the next move of the market. Okay, so if we can check well from the higher time frame, let's start from the 4-hour time frame, because as long as we are from this area, okay, we are from this area, let's expect this is a previous low, a strong area to be taking a buy from us again. So from this area also again, this is a demand area. If the market stay above this area, we're gonna keep moving upside until to maybe start targeting from around this is around 422 from that area. If we stay above this area, this is 4-hour time frame, it's gonna be like this. This is gonna be a higher low, and then we continue with the high until we balance from this area. But we're gonna need to check well, because these days gold can surprise you and continue moving downside, because we still have these highs, rejection from the high where we can also reject from and then continue moving downside. How? We're gonna check this one from the lower time frame also again. If we can check well from the previous highs where we moved down from this area, you can see the way we moved down from this area, we had a low and imbalanced areas, which are stronger areas. This one where we can take a sell from and expecting the market to go back to the downside. Okay, if I can check well from the 30-minute time frame, you can see this candlestick from the high. This was an imbalance from this area. That's where we are now rejecting from. If we're gonna take a sell from this area, we're gonna need more confirmation. More confirmation that I'm talking about, we need to start with the new structure from this area. We need to see the market start rejecting from this area multiple times as we start creating lower lows and lower high. So expecting the market to be continue moving downside so that we can target from around 3983 from around that area. That's where I'm going to be expecting to be targeting from, or from where we moved up from around this area. This is around 3972 from that area. So from now, if we can go downside, is not gonna be a surprise, but you have to watch around this area. If the market keep rejecting from this area, we can continue moving upside. But also, since we are still in the downtrend from the higher time frame, we can expect a stronger confirmation from this area. If we keep rejecting from the high from this area and stay below this area, there is a high chance for the market to continue moving down. So that's why we can even break below this area, anticipating the market to even continue until we target around 90.70 around this area. So let's wait and see what happened. But what I'm expecting now, I'm not seeing gold breaking now this area to continue moving upside. Maybe we're gonna stay below this area, start consolidating from this area, go back from around 30 from this area to maybe we can move back to the this area. So then after that we can break below this area and continue moving downside. So I'm gonna stay here and see what is gonna happen from around this area. Below this area, if we keep rejecting from the high from this area, I will be expecting the market to move to the downside. So that's what I can confirm from now. That's what I'm looking for from gold, guys. So remember to subscribe on the channel and leave the comment below, like the video, And I'm saying that thank you so much for your time. Until next time, take care and be safe. I see you tomorrow.